Hey, hello. Mary Lou Foster here. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Sulphur Springs, Texas, and I'm here today to share a really cute kind of a birthday card. We're not going to put this sentiment on the outside of the one we're making. I'm going to change that up and use something that's current. This was retired. This is a card that we made in my card class at the Senior Citizen Center. Hope your day is a happy one. That's my hope for you today, that you're having a happy day no matter when you watch this. I am using the suite that is called Little Latte Suite. It's right now not available as a suite. The beautiful designer series paper is out of stock right now. I think that was the only item, but sometimes that makes the entire suite be out of stock when there's one item. But you can still purchase the bundle, the Latte Love Bundle, which is a stamp set and dies. I will put the list of supplies um, on my blog and in the description below so that you'll know what I have used for this class. So I'm not going to actually use the dies in front of you today. I was able to take a sheet of this gorgeous designer series paper and die cut out the cups. Look at these. How when we were in Italy, we stopped for coffee at a little sidewalk cafe. Well, two different times, different places, and they get really fancy when they pour your cream in and make designs on the top of your coffee. And this brings back such happy memories for me. One of the trips was with my daughter, and it was at a like a Woolworth. Do you remember when the five and dimes were open and they would have snack bars or serve lunch? I know we had a couple here, Askew and Buford. You could sit at the counter and have coffee or a hamburger. That was what this store was. I don't remember which city, but we were in Austria. And then with my husband, we were sitting by the Coliseum, and a sidewalk cafe had our coffee. So, yes, the stamp set has a stamp that you can stamp the coffee cup like you're looking down at the top of your drink, and it has the extra stamps in that you can decorate it yourself. But my ladies who come to these card classes, especially at the Senior Citizen Center, they don't really want difficult. They're there for the fun, for the enjoyment. It's a little free class. I do challenge them sometimes, but occasionally we push the easy button, and that's what we did for this class. So what I thought for them is I would die cut those out, and then they can decide. I'm pretty sure this is a heart shape, so we'll probably put the handle in a different place when we make our card. I have two that I'm going to put together. I forgot to look up what dies these are, so you will have to check back in the description for some of the details. I do that sometimes. Occasionally I'll put it on a sticky note inside the card, and all I put this time is "So Sincere," because that is the stamp set that I got this sentiment out of. That is a great stamp set. Let me pull it down. I put it back up on my shelf. It has a lot of sentiments. You're in my heart and prayers. Hope you're feeling better. Your kindness is so appreciated. So if you're looking for a stamp set that will offer some inside sentiments, this is the stamp set for you. I will put that in the list. Right now I'm going to put it back up to get it out of the way. So like I said, I'm going to change up the sentiment on the front of the card that I'm making today because I wanted to use one of the stamps out of the stamp set. So we're using the hello there at Let's Catch Up. and I am stamping it in Early Espresso. And I'm kind of doing it a little different order than you usually see me doing things, because I'm going to go ahead and get these stamped before I start assembling the cards. So like I said, I'm making 2 cards. I need to check and see if this ribbon that I'm using, I don't know if it's current or not. It is current. It's part of, I'm going to have to pull it and tell you what the name of it is. I can reach it. I don't think it retired. It's called Center Stripe Ribbon. It might be retired. Nope, it's still current. And this is pecan pie. And we're going to be using pecan pie because it just looks like coffee. All right. So I've stamped my words. Hello there. Let's catch up. And I don't know about you, but sometimes drinking coffee, it's kind of easy to, I'm going to show you that. The name of the paper that we're using. Excuse me. Kind of easy to kind of slosh your coffee and leave spatters. And I'm going to stamp that like while I get a piece of scratch paper, because I don't want it really obvious. Just want a hint of that you might have sloshed your cup just a little bit. So if you stamp it off, stamp it 2nd and 3rd generation, that gives you that effect, and it looks like coffee. So let me open up my chamois and go ahead and clean those. Get them out of the way. Our card base is crumb cake. I could have chosen the pecan pie, but I was afraid that would be too dark. And you may notice that we have our front is cut an inch, no, 3/4 of an inch. I'll measure it just to make sure that I tell you correctly. Short. So you cut it at 5.5. It's 1 inch. 5.5. Score it at 4.25, and then I cut off the 1 inch. I thought that was easier than trying to make sure that I cut off the 1 inch on the right correct side. So I chose the spatter paper, and then for the little accent piece that is sticking out down here, I cut it off the front of that and turned it over. How about that? So you can use both sides of the paper. And I didn't have to, because I cut it 4 by 5.25, and I cut off, let me see, how much did I cut off? I've got the metric side up, 1/2 inch. Oh, I told you wrong. I only cut off 1/2 inch on the front of the card. The paper cutter I was using. Never fails. Alrighty. And we're going to put our little accent piece peeking out from underneath the front. And I did cut it so that you have just a little piece of the mat. Just like that. Now, I always tell my ladies, be sure and pay attention to how this card is put together. And don't stick that front label on until you know for sure if it goes underneath or on top of the ribbon. because they get pretty disappointed when they put the card together and they should have already tied their ribbon on. So I'm going to try to tighten that. Yeah, now I got it. It's just tied in a knot. Nothing, no big fancy bow here. This could be a masculine type card because there really are not female-ish colors or pinks or anything. So we're going to, this particular die set, you can layer with it. And I loved this Calypso Coral piece of the paper. Has the marbly swirl on the back because it just gave it a pop of color. Look at that, just a pop of color. Okay, let's look at our cup. I'm thinking that I'm going to put everything opposite. So the nice thing about it, I can move that. I can park that right there. And then I think I'm going to pull it down a little bit. And I'll show you why. Because I want my coffee cup to be on the front of the card. So I've got to make sure my label works out pretty nicely. When you put your dimensionals on the back of this, put them on just the top and the bottom. You don't want to hump over the ribbon. And if you put a dimensional where the ribbon is, it's going to be like sitting on a mountain. It slid itself right under that ribbon. Did you see that? I think, let me pull this down a little more. And this one is wanting to bunch up some. And kind of line that up a little bit. So I'm going to put my dimensionals up here and then a glue dot on where it rests on that label. So let's do here and here. Because I want the heart to show right there. And let's do that glue dot. You can use your piercing tool, and of course this is the old one. Put it underneath there, and then that lays flat. We embellished our card with these really cool adhesive back swirl dots. Can you see the swirl? It's just a little detail. And you can choose whichever colors you would like, or mix and match if you wish. It's a nice thing about using this Poppy Parade. That's all I'm going to put on that. This one, I put one right in the center of that star on top of the coffee, but I don't need it on the card that I'm making for you today because it doesn't have that swirl. All right, I need my piece of scratch paper because I am going to be stamping off the inside of my card. The words are stamped in Early Espresso, and the coffee cups are stamped in the pecan pie, full strength pecan pie. So that's why I want my piece of scratch paper, because I know I'm going to not stamp the entire cup. Stamping off, in other words. Okay, let's close this one. If you wish, you could put a splotch of coffee. And it says, hope your day is a happy one. So that's kind of a cool way to say happy birthday without just saying happy birthday. Or maybe you just want them to have a happy day, even if it's not their birthday, because you're not saying happy birthday. A little crooked. Well, anyway, y'all get the idea. It is a handmade card. So I'm going to put some adhesive. I like to put it on all four edges. Not necessarily solidly on the top and bottom, but pretty solid on the edges. And get it lined up in there, because when you close it, you're going to see this little piece down here. How about that? That is all there is to this card. Let's put this one together right fast. So like I said, I will put in the description. And there are coffee beans, and they kind of have an up and a down pattern apparently. So you can see what I use to make the card. If you would like to know more about what offerings I have coming up, you can sign up for my email list. That is the best way to stay up to date on my comings and goings. It's just the easy way to communicate with a lot of people. Texting, a lot of people prefer texting. I have not signed up for a texting service because these things start costing money, y'all. So unless you would like to really support my business and sign up or place big orders, we'll stick with email. But y'all, there is an offer right now to join. Well, to sign up as a demonstrator, and that sounds so scary, and people are like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have classes. You don't have to do anything. But the new starter kit right now, they are throwing in over $80 in products, and it's the new in colors, the new stamps, the designer series paper, the blends. There are 4. Here, got it right here. I just got stuff on it. Oh, the package of cardstock that has all 5 colors. There's, I think, 2 sheets of each color. The markers, the designer series paper, it's 6x6, and then the bundle of pads. So it's an $82 value. And you get that for $99. Plus, you get to pick out $125 of products for your $99. Like I said, you're not obligated to do anything else except enjoy the discount. We call them hobby demonstrators, because that's what I signed up for. It's a 20% discount, and I was already a really good customer. Purchased often, especially when new catalogs came out, new incentive stuff. So I signed up for the discount. Not ashamed to tell you that. And a lot of people do. And maybe you only stay for the first quarter, because every quarter there is a minimum requirement that you're supposed to meet in order to stay active. But I am part of Patty Bennett's team, and if you know anything about Stampin' Up, she's one of the top demonstrators. My upline, Cheryl Spears, signed up under Patty. So we have access to all of her training, her team. You would be her 3rd downline level, which is currently, that's as far as Stampin' Up allows her to interact with. Cheryl's 1st, I'm 2nd, and you would be 3rd. She's got a Facebook group. We do weekly, she calls them meetings, training. There are updates that come out on Tuesday, and that meeting is at Tuesday, 4 o'clock our time in Central Time. She's out on the West Coast, and it has just been the most fun. When we went to On Stage, we got to hang out together. She reached her $3 million in career sales while we were at On Stage, which was fun. So they mentioned it. She'll get officially recognized at the next On Stage event, which is going to be in North Carolina, Raleigh-Durham area. I'm so excited. I had an aunt and an uncle who lived in Raleigh-Durham. I never got to go see them. I'll turn you a little bit that direction. But I'm looking forward to, that'll be next March. But they start building the fun and the suspense. Anyway, I would love to talk to you about that. No pressure. Currently, I don't hold team meetings. I have off and on. But we can have team meetings, get together, craft together, hang out together. Sometimes that's the fun of being part of a team. I enjoy it. Stampin' Up! Products are second to none. Second to none. The quality is unmatched. Look at that. While I was talking, I put together the other card. So this was our starting spot. Enjoy your day. Inside, hope your day is a happy one. I switched it over to hello there, let's catch up. And as you can see, one of them I did the coffee cup to the right, and one of them I did coffee cup to the left. Seems like I was headed in one direction and started talking about the joining special. So that's all I have for you today with the Little Latte Sweet Collection. And we used the 12 by 12 designer series paper called a Little Latte. If you need a catalog, please just comment, email me. Like I said, sign up for my email list. I have all kinds of fun stuff coming up. My blog is very simple. It's MaryLouFoster.com. I pay to have that, and it's linked to my blog, so that's all you have to remember. So for today, let me show you we made a cute birthday card with a coffee theme. And this is my shop with me, MaryLouFoster.stampingup.net. If you currently don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. I am always available for questions or any help. I do my best to provide great customer service. So that's all for today. Have a great day. Remember, God loves you.